Worksheet 1 of mixed graphs, mixed functions. We are going to look at question 1. They give us two functions. The one is f, where f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, and they give us the straight line function g of x is equal to x plus 4. And if I look at this equation and look at the constant, and with a straight line, the constant is almost always my y-intercept, so I know that is going to be, the y-intercept there is going to be 4. They also tell me R is the turning point, and the turning point is -1 and 9. I also know of a turning point that the x value of my turning point is going to be where my axis of symmetry is, so that would be where x is -1. So let's go to the questions. The first question is find the coordinates of P. So if I must find the coordinates of P, then the only knowledge that I have about P at this stage is the knowledge of the straight line graph. So I know I have x plus 4, y is equal to x plus 4. In this case, g of x is equal to x plus 4. So P is going to be my x-intercept. So if P is my x-intercept, then I am going to say, let y be 0. So y is equal to x plus 4. So 0 is equal to x plus 4. So x is equal to -4. That means P, written as a coordinate, is -4 and 0. And I indicate this on my sketch. This is -4. Hence or otherwise, write down the coordinates of Q. So what is happening at Q? Q is my x-intercept of my parabola, and P is my x-intercept of my parabola and my straight line graph. And I've already said that this is my axis of symmetry. So this is -4, that is -1. So the distance between -4 and -1 is 3 units. This means the distance between -1 and Q is also 3 units. So 3 units from -1 is 2, so that coordinate is 2 and 0. Find the average gradient between 2 points. Now in the previous video, we have spoken about the average gradient between 2 points, and the points that they are talking about is P and Q. So my coordinate for P is -4 and 0, and my coordinate for, P and R is -1 and 9. So we said the average gradient is the change in y over the change in x. So my y values is 0 minus 9, and my x values is -4 minus -1. And if I work that out, it is -9 over -3, and that is 3. So my average gradient is going to be is going to be +3. Right. So let's go and look at the next question, and 6.4 says, show that for f, that is for the parabola, a is -1, b is -2, and c is 8, and show all your working. So what we have to do is we have to use the information that I have on the parabola, and we must find the equation of the parabola and then substitute a, b, and c in to get the values. Right, so what are the 2 points that I have? The 2 points that I have is -4 and 2. Those are the x-intercepts, and I have the turning point. I'm just going to write it here. So we are going to start with y is equal to a x minus x1 times x minus x2. So my one turning point is negative 4. So in the one bracket I have x plus 4. And my other other x-intercept is 2. So it is x minus 2. The point that I have is the turning point, which is negative 1 and 9. And I'm going to sub negative 1 and 9 in, where 9 is the y value and negative 1 the x value. So 9 is equal to a, x is negative 1, and again negative 1. So 9 is equal to a times, and that is positive 3, and that is negative 3. So 9 is equal to negative 9a, and I must divide both sides by negative 9, so a is negative 1. And that is exactly what they wanted us to indicate or to show by means of working. So now we are going to take that value and we are going to sub it into my equation. So I'm going to have y is equal to, a is now negative 1, x plus 4, and x minus 2. BODMAS says remove the brackets first, and if I remove those brackets, I get x squared positive 4 and negative 2 is positive 2x, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And now we are going to distribute negative 1 in, so we get negative x squared minus 2x plus 8. Therefore, a is negative 1, b is negative 2, and c is 8. And that is exactly what they wanted.